What's up, guys? It's your girl Tay Sim Sima, and we are back in another gameplay. So it's been a nice little minute since I've recorded anything. I know I was doing the Becker family, but I think right now I'm just gonna go ahead and like put a pin in it and just kind of go a different route. So what I've been doing is just kind of like playing for myself. I've been very, very busy with work and just life and just kind of focusing on myself. And so when I do play The Sims, I've just been kind of playing for myself. And so what I decided to do is create a whole nother family to play with. This episode, I just kind of want to introduce you to my household and then we can go from there. Just, just kind of letting the cards fall however it may look. I'm not going to stress about how it needs to be a certain way, whatever. Well, like how I felt like with the Becker family, I felt like it was very strict to a storyline. And of course, there's a storyline because when I create families, I always create a story with it. But I'm just kind of letting it do what it do. So go ahead and grab your wine, grab your coffee, drink on whatever it is you're drinking on right now, and let's go ahead and get into it. So the first person I wanted to speak about in the household is Mr. Jamir Taylor. So I wrote a little bit of a biography, I guess you could say, about Jamir, but Jamir has always wanted to live a life of luxury. His upbringing wasn't bad by any means, but as a young boy, he knew he wanted more and to achieve it by any means necessary. So he got into the drug game as a young adult because he wants money and he wants it now. So yeah, Jameer, he's the kind of guy who wants to get rich and get rich fast. He doesn't want to play any games and go the long route like his twin brother Justin did. But before we get more deeper into the story of Jameer and his whole family and circle around him, I do want to go ahead and talk about these houses, these townhomes that I built. Y'all, I've been really feeling like motherfucking Bob the Builder. Like, I am not even gonna lie. I've been building like crazy. I built this townhome. There was a gameplay that I was gonna do for Halloween, and all the houses that are in that I built, and they're also on my gallery. If anybody ever wants to download it, I will also upload these townhomes to my gallery. And if anybody wants the families, I can do that too. But you know, I'm doing a lot of it per request. But here we are over in Mrs. Meredith Turnbad's townhome. She is Jameer's nosy neighbor, the crazy cat lady. She is something else. Meredith, she was married and she never had kids, so her husband was her world. And when he passed away, she had nobody. She's not close to any of her nieces or nephews, and her parents are, deceased now. She's 74 years old. So she just never had that type of relationship with anybody. When her husband had passed away, it turned her bitter. She was more loving and sweet, but now, she had turned bad, I guess you could say. But with her neighbor Jameer, she actually kind of likes him. He invites her to family functions, so because he knows that she's by herself, and that's one thing about Jameer. He does have a great heart in that sense, and so for the holidays, he would invite her over for Christmas, and she would come and celebrate with them. Pick with Justin because, like I said, I don't know what it is, but she has beef with this man, like true hard beef with this man. But she appreciates Jameer for looking out for her, and he does. And that's one thing I do like about and admire about Jameer is his family. He's all about. He loves his family. He is in a relationship with Sunshine, who is well, we'll get into Sunshine. She's interesting too, but we'll get into her a little bit later. But that's his girlfriend. His family, they ain't too crazy about her. She ain't bringing a lot of sunshine in the household. Let's say that she's a little drama, but he enjoys the company. Now, is she wifey? Hmm. Jameer is not honestly a one woman type of man, so I don't think so. And I don't think he look at her as wifey material anyway. So, but we'll get into Sunshine a little bit later. But that is a little bit on Jamir Taylor, y'all. So just stay tuned and you guys will continue to see him develop as we continue to play on. But let's go ahead and jump into his brother, Justin. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and jump into it about Justin Taylor. So, like I had mentioned, this is his identical twin brother. And Justin, as you can see, is in the police academy and he is wanting to work his way up to be a detective. That is his dream and that is his goal. Justin is a man about principles. So, when it came to joining the police academy, it was a no brainer. Now, in his new home, a promotion on the horizon, and his girlfriend Imani by his side, his life is going in the right direction to perfection. So yeah, Justin, he is a guy who cares about image. I mean, I guess you could say both the boys does, or both the boys do. Growing up, the two boys live. I mean, not even growing up, they still live very differently. But Justin was definitely the more studious one out of the two. He was the one who was valedictorian in school, was a part of activities like chess. He did that. He did cross country. So he does enjoy jogging, occasionally exercise is a part of he and his brother's life because his brother Mir was more of the football player, like to get into more of the more aggressive sports, as you can say. So sometimes they will go and work out still to this day together, but Justin is very much a low key kind of guy. He doesn't mind going to bars. He's not a drinker though. He doesn't partake in that. He doesn't do any recreational type of drugs. He's not that type of person. He doesn't smoke. None of that. His brother, on the other hand, they are truly so they're Geminis, right? And it's like they are the embodiment of what a Gemini is. Like the twins, two different people. The good, the bad, whatever you may look at the two, but that is truly them. He's the angel on the shoulder. And I'm not going to say Jameer's the devil, but he has devilish ways. But you know, Justin has always done things the right way in a sense. And I don't know if it's necessarily for himself or for the approval of his parents. No, it's for himself, but to the degree I think he also wants to make his parents proud because of the simple fact of knowing how his brother was and the long and hard nights that his parents had fighting with him because his brother, skipping school or sneaking out, and he just didn't want to put that added stress. So he always made sure he did the right thing and went about life in that way. Something that his parents could be proud of and look up to him. So that has always been Justin's deal. But let's go ahead and jump into his relationship because it has an interesting origin story. So, Miss Imani Blalock, we will get into the details of who her background is, but we'll talk about her relationship to the Taylors. So, Justin and Imani have recently gotten together. They've only been dating for a little bit. They actually met through Jamir in a very, very crazy way. So, Jamir actually tried to pursue Imani, and they went on a date, and it just did not go well. I don't know, sparks weren't flying for her nor for him. She took him to, somewhere in Brindleton Bay. Is that the right place? Yeah, Brindleton Bay. It was one of the little, like, Calico something, and they went to that and had a couple drinks in the freezing cold by the poolside or whatever the case may be, and he was just not feeling it. The jokes that she was throwing weren't landing, and the conversations and topics that he was bringing up just wasn't connecting, and so they both just did not enjoy their time with each other, and she ended up leaving him alone and, you know, decided to mention Jameer to her best friend, which turns out to be Sunshine. She's going to be the pimple on our freaking face, I swear. Like, Sunshine is in the midst of everything, and she's the sore sight sometimes. Like, she just likes to stir. I don't have, I think she enjoys it at this point, but she likes to stir stuff up. So she ends up telling her friend Sunshine about Jameer. And Sunshine ends up running into Jameer, and we have already discussed that Jameer and Sunshine are together currently. Now, Monty's not a super jealous person, so she already kind of was just like, whatever, because I don't like him anyway. But at the same time, it did kind of put a bad taste because it's like, girl, I just went on a date with this guy, girl code. What's up with that? We're supposed to be best friends. I would never do that to you, but Sunshine is for herself. So Sunshine and decided to kind of schmooze things over. She mentioned to her about Justin, like, he has a brother, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna have him come because she ended up having a Christmas party at her parents' house because she lives with her mom. And decided like, hey, you should come and stop by, see the family because my mom asks about you all the time. Bring your parents, and I want you to meet somebody. And she told her about Justin, and she was like, okay, that's a little weird. They went to Justin ended up showing up to the party, and so was Imani, and they did not hit it off whatsoever. Sparks once again was not flying. He was just like, "This girl is ridiculous. Like, I just don't see what you think we have anything in common about." Uh, yeah, so that happened, and then after the Christmas party, Imani decides to go on a blind date, and guess who the date is? No one else but your boy, Justin. And they ended up going to the bowling alley, having dinner, and playing a couple video games because they're both into gaming and whatnot. And they actually had a great, phenomenal time. Like, they enjoyed each other so much. He could not, like, he was just super smitten by her. So that's where everything brings us to where we are currently. Imani is currently in school, and I think the school is Brightchester. I believe that's the one. It's the one with the red mascot. I don't remember it off the top of my head right now, but she's actually majoring in music theory, and she's actually a great pianist. That girl can play. She grew up playing at her dad's church, and not him calling us. We spoke him up, but anyway, so she always played at her dad's church since she was a kid, and it's something that she. What did he give us? I don't know what gift he gave us. Maybe it was a welcome gift of some sort. But anyway, like I said, Imani grew up playing piano in her dad's church, and her whole family is talented. Her mom can sing, and her dad can kind of sing as well. And yeah, so music has always been around her and has always been a part of her life. So that's what she's studying at school. So the last little tidbit about Imani and Justin is that she has yet to tell her parents about her moving in with Justin. It's something that they wanna get to, especially Justin because he's not a person who wants to keep secrets and tell lies and stuff. Like I said, he's very just upfront, straight, and, a straight-laced kinda dude. So, he's like, "Imani, we need to tell your parents soon. We can't keep this over them. Like, we can't do that, Imani." So oh, speaking of the devil, here comes our dad walking into our house. But, she knows that it's something that they need to do and they need to discuss this with her parents. But, her parents are old school. So she's a little nervous to let her dad know, like, hey, I moved in with my boyfriend because that's not what we Blaylocks do. We have a name to uphold in the community. What does it look like the preacher's daughter shacking up with somebody? So, yeah, it's very frowned upon, and it's something that she's nervous to do, but no, she has to do. When I don't know, she will probably push it off until the end of time. But so I know I said that the last bit of information was the last bit of information, but I failed to mention this, and I know you guys probably peeped down in the corner. Yeah, so Miss Imani has a little bit of a problem. Yeah, she does do some drugs, some medications that are illegal or they may be legal depending on who you get it from. And but the way that she gets it obviously is not the legal way. She actually gets what she needs from Jamir. But, of course, she didn't know what Jameer did. She learned about this through her good old friend, Sunshine. Yeah, Sunshine actually hooked her up and got her, whatever it was that she needed to help because she does have ADHD. And she told Sunshine, like, hey, girl, I'm having a hard time studying in school, staying focused, yada, yada, yada. And Sunshine was like, I know the perfect guy and I know what I can get you that will definitely help with whatever it is that you're going through. So she hooked up with Jameer and got her medications, I guess you could say. And, yeah, it's something that Justin doesn't know, but he's definitely peeping and figuring some things out because he confronted her, about what he thought was going on, which he was spot on. And he just was like, hey, if you're doing A, B, C, and D, like, that's not what I stand for. We need to, I'll give you the help that you need. And Imani was actually taken aback by it. She was shocked that he even noticed and that he pointed it out because her parents, she was on it with them and they never said anything. And the fact that he actually confronts her about it, she thought the best thing to do in the moment was lie because she was so shocked. She was hurt that she lied to him about it and embarrassed that he knew about it. He's figuring it out, and he was also hurt that she lied to him because he could tell. He knows. He's going to school to be a detective. He can't figure this out. He don't need to be a detective. He need to find another career for something. But yeah, so that's all for Justin and Imani. So now I want to get into our final leading lady in this series. We've mentioned her plenty of times, and I'm pretty sure you guys already got an idea of who this woman is and what type of woman she is. But let's go ahead and jump in and talk about Sunshine Walters. So here we are at Sunshine's dad's and coworker's house, Nelson and Nalani. Nelson met her mom when they were young. They had her fairly young. But he's cool. She loves her dad. He always supports her, everything that she does. He is a very creative person, and so he's always expressed for Sunshine to be creative. Nailani is, like I said, her coworker, as you guys can see in her little pic. She's a dancer. She is a stripper. Like, yeah, she likes fast money as well. And I think that's what attracted her to Jameer. Sunshine is the only child, and sometimes she can be very selfish. Not sometimes, all the time. She always thinks about herself. She comes across as loving, doting, and caring, and she does care to an extent, but a lot of times it's always what's going to be the best interest for her. She is a Scorpio, so sometimes she can be very aloof and secretive and just kind of looking out for herself in a sense. Not saying that all Scorpios are like that by any means. And when I talk about signs and stuff, it's loosely because everybody has their own character traits, regardless of what your horoscope sign is. Like, I don't want to say that this is what a Scorpio is if you are a Scorpio watching this and be like, that's nothing like me. So anyway, yeah, that's her personality at times. But one thing that she is in love with and she is crazy about is her man, Jameer. She don't play about him. Like, she loves that man so much. She loves him, and I think she also loves what he can do for her. So they met when she was in the club dancing one night, and like we have discussed before, Imani had dated Jameer before she dated Justin. And so when she saw him at the club working himself, he was, doing his stuff and selling and all that other good stuff. She, walked up to him because she saw like, oh, he looked like he's a big spender, first of all, and he looked like he has some things that I would like to partake in. And that's when she met him and the two clicked, and he was like, "Oh, you're the guy that Imani was talking about in her head." And they just kind of hit it off from that night. She messaged Imani, was like, "Jameer's amazing," and that's all she wrote. But she has a good relationship with her parents. Like, you just saw her dad and her have they're jokesters. They play around. Like, she is his best friend and vice versa. Like, that is who she looks at as, like, her true close friend, is her parents. Yes, she cares about everybody else, but she really does care about her parents and whatnot. Her mom, Carmen, she has a decent relationship with her mom, but I think it's hard when 2 women live under the same household. So they sometimes will bicker and fight and argue with each other, but she does love her mom. She cares about her mom. Her mom is a hairstylist, and so that's where she got all her fashion tips from and learned how to be a woman, you know? Her mom is a dancer, was a dancer, not necessarily a stripper, but her mom used to do, like, music videos for local artists and, kinda was around the music scene, and that's how she ran into Nelson and met Nelson because he's a guitarist. He used to play for a band, he doesn't anymore. So Carmen and Sunshine have that in common, that they both enjoy dancing in different capacities, but yeah, they enjoy that together. So, this is another house that I built and created. I'm really like I said, I'm really proud of the buildings that I've built. Like, I have been inspired in that way a lot more than playing and just kinda experimenting with architecture and how it works in the sim world. Um but I think it's really cute. I got the inspiration of this house actually from one of the houses, not in my neighborhood, but, like, not too far from my neighborhood. I used to drive by it all the time and thought it was so cute, and so I kind of, built it off of that. Um, I like the different textures when it comes to the paneling and the bricking and just how it's like a ranch style home, but it does have a basement and that is where Sunshine resides. Her bedroom is downstairs along with her she has a bathroom, so it's a two-bathroom, two-bedroom home. They do have a deck in the back, and during the summertime, that's where they like to host a lot of their parties and whatnot, but like I said, I would get into the house more. I'm kinda going off on a tangent with it because 'cause I'm really proud of it, I am. So, but if you guys ever want me to tour any of the homes, any of the townhomes, I definitely will. But let's get back to Sunshine. So like I've mentioned before, Jameer, he is not a one woman type of man. And one thing about Sunshine, she ain't no fool. She's not stupid. She peeps. She knows her boyfriend. And she also is not a one man type of woman. With the type of life that she well, in her head, she feels like she understands that the type of life that she wants is she's gonna have to play by certain rules, and in order to do so, she will definitely play dumb to get what she wants. She knows and she's fully aware that, she wants to find her things in life, yes, she wants to have the Louis bags, the Birkin, Chanels, all the above, but what's the point of having all of that when you don't have a luxurious roof over your head? Like, so Sunshine, she understands that Jameer may play around on her, and she will definitely fight for her relationship, but she's also not above getting her lick back. Like, she will definitely step out, whether it's in front of you or not. Like, whether you find out about it or if you don't find out about it, but she's gonna do her. And one example that I have there's several that has happened, um, and it's amongst his family too, and he's seen it firsthand, but one day, Jameer's parents invited, the kids and, also invited her out to dinner, and at dinner, she decided to flirt with Jameer's stepdad in front of her mom and, of course, in front of him, and they were both upset, and she was just like, "Pass the breadsticks." Like, I don't understand why everybody's so mad. She was just so nonchalant about it, like, whatever. And, he, of course, got upset, but then decided, he just kinda brushed it off. Another instance, it was a family get together, and she did the same thing with Justin and started flirting with Justin in front of everybody, and he was just like, "Whoa," like, no. And for a minute, Justin really wasn't feeling Sunshine for, his brother. He's like, Bro, you can definitely do a lot better than her." In Jameer's head, he's just like, "This is all for fun anyway, like, I'm more focused on the money and just having fun or whatever, like, I don't really care about" the relationship in the sense of this is gonna be my wife. Like, I care about her and her feelings, but at the same time, I know she's not gonna be my wife. He honestly doesn't think she's gonna be around for forever, but no, with Sunshine, when she has you in her grasp, you're gonna be in her grasp. You're gonna be in her life for as long as she wants you in her life. And but she's one of those girls who likes to have fun, and not only does she like to dabble with men, but she also dates women. So it's just up for grabs for her. She's just like, whatever. I'm gonna do me. So that's a little bit on Sunshine, and like I said, as we continue to play on and whatnot, we'll definitely learn more about these characters, and they'll also evolve as well. I'm honestly very curious to see what happens because I'm just kind of playing and just letting it, you know, play out how it's going to. So I hope you guys enjoyed and continue to tap in and follow me along this journey. But I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.